Looks like a small sweet piece of paper, but this hurts, but it's going to help in the longer run. So, BMW has given me a pretty hefty bill. I'll show you guys that later. Let me show you why they gave me that bill and why I agreed to spend that kind of amount on the stuff that I have bought. So, hello and welcome guys. You guys must be wondering, the setup is pretty familiar, but why is this guy talking about something else? So apart from podcast, I'm also sharing my motorcycling journey. I have just started getting into motorcycling and stuff like that, and for the ones who know, it's a rabbit hole, and yes, I have dived deep into it. So let me just quickly show you what all I have bought and why BMW gave me this bill. So I picked up my first motorcycle in the month of July, and since I'm new to motorcycling, I didn't want to spend so much on the gear instantly, more so with the fact that I have never had a motorcycle, I have never worn any of the gear, so I wanted to get used to wearing gear first. So I went with the Indian brands. By this means I do not mean that our Indian brands are not on par with the international ones. We are getting there, and maybe in the couple of coming years we might be on the exact same level as them. But why the Indian brands is slightly more affordable, so I thought it won't burn a big hole in my pocket. Let me just buy some stuff and wear it. So I went with one Indian brand, and that's this Rhinox. Now why this one? Is one, affordable, two, does not compromise on the protection. So I went with this jacket. This one's called the Air GT4. It's a mesh jacket. It's got level 2 protectors here in the shoulder, in the elbow, in the back. Those are all knots, and then there's a level 1 protector right here in the chest. Now we live in India, right, which is pretty much summer year round, and I didn't have any plans of doing like a big tour or anything. So I went ahead, bought this mesh jacket. Pretty good. There's no waterproof pockets or any vortex or anything. Does the job. I'm happy with mesh. One, because it lets the air in. It's well ventilated. Two is it's not as heavy as the other ones, wherein there's a lot of material. You know, like there's corduroy, leather, and all of that, and that's going to make it too heavy, too hot. So I bought this, got used to wearing. The jacket was fine. It has adjustable straps on the arms, around the waist, and at the lower half. And it also has a zipper that attaches to these mesh pants, which I have bought. Now these mesh pants are also pretty well protected. Good amount of material. There's reflectives on it. It's also adjustable. It's got level 2 protectors in the hip and in the knee. Now, I am a guy who's 6 foot, almost 2 inches, and my weight oscillates anywhere between say 90 to 100 kilos. Now, before I bought this, a lot of guys who I was taking advice from, who've been motorcycling for years, were suggesting I get my pants from abroad. Which makes sense. They always warned me about the pant issues that they are having. One is, when you get off the motorcycle, the knee pads here, they kind of do hang off, which is fine. But what was happening with me is, every time I wore these and got onto the motorcycle, the knee pads weren't exactly sitting on the knee, they were sitting here, and these weren't as flexible for me. And the pant is also not of the desired length for me because I wear boots. Now, I'll actually do one thing. I'll try these on and I'll show you the shortcomings. And after that, I'll show you what I actually got and how much it's helping me. So these are the Rhinox mesh pants. So there's all mesh here. There's the knee pad here, and there's a zipper right here. It comes up almost all the way to here. This is a good feature because it's going to help you when it rains, you know, to put on your rain pants. You don't have to struggle with getting off your boot, getting in your boot again. That's a good feature. And also it's got adjustable straps here and also the closure over here based on how much room you want. Okay. When I stand, it's all fine. It's also got adjustable velcro straps here which help me adjust the waist, and there's just two pockets here which are kind of narrow because of the hip armor that I have here. It's very small. Now if I were to place like my wallet or my phone, which we generally don't, but if I were to, and I happen to sit on the bike, I don't have the bike here, I'll get onto the seat here. This is not letting my knee sit properly. On the bike, it's slightly more higher, so I have to struggle, keep pushing this up. When I get a free movement here, what's happening is it's kind of hurting me right under the knee over here. Other than that, when it comes to protection and all of that, I don't have any such complaints. This is how it looks from the back. You can put another armor here, and this zip goes onto the jacket zip. I'll put on the jacket and show that to you as well. So, this is how the entire set looks on me. I wasn't really comfortable with this initially. Then I thought, I'm wearing gear all for the first time. Let me just try stuff and all of that. After riding for about 3,000 odd kilometers, I understood that the jacket is okay and these pants are causing me a little bit of trouble. Now, post this, I was in the market, I was looking for things, asking people for advice. So, I seen my friend wear the Revit H2O Sand 4, which he told is slightly on the heavier side, and it's got a decent amount of mesh, the kind of mesh where you snap it open and there's like air vents all around the jacket. I wanted something that has more mesh. I don't need to snap and open the vent and all of that. So he also told me to look at Climb, this very same brand t-shirt that I'm wearing. They are known to make, initially they started off with making snow gear, for snow riding and all of that. Then they got into motorcycle riding gear making. Yeah. So they have a full mesh suit. It's called the Baja S4. I happened to try on my friend's pant and I went on a short ride on it. Found it very comfortable, but slightly on the expensive end. Even more expensive here so in India because of the import duties and all of that. So I was still in two minds about it, and I happened to visit the dealership. Now, at the dealership, they happened to sell me these. These are called their GTX Air Rally e-suit. Now, GTX does not mean it's Gore-Tex. GTX is just their line. So what we've got here is good abrasion resistant material. Pretty breathable, you can say. Lot of mesh. It's even more lighter than this. This mesh is slightly more rigid. This mesh is stretchable. Okay. Now on the inside, I've got some leather-like material over here, which is going to help me grip the bike better and also protect me from the engine heat. And again, we've got adjustable Velcro here and also a zipper, which I can adjust as per my suit. So this also opens up. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly change into this suit and I'll show you guys what difference I felt and what convinced me to buy this. So these are the BMW GTX Air Rally e-pants. Lighter mesh, more stretchable, slight leather material to hug the bike better. I've got adjustable Velcro here. I've got a little bit more mesh-like material over here. Some reflectives, and this is how it looks on the back. The pockets here are more usable because the position has changed, even though they have no zipper. I've got hip protectors, knee protectors, both of them are level 2 again. Now these have a different kind of waist adjustment, but their waist is adjustable. I find these to be slightly more secure. These are slightly loose for me on the waist. Now I was skeptical about it, but then I happened to hop onto a motorcycle. I quickly sit down here. So when you're touring and you're seated on the bike for way too many hours, it's better if you have slight more room. So when you sit down, there has to be a little bit of wiggle room. The knee pads, they sit perfect. They don't cause any issues to my knee. It's way more flexible. The armor, like I said on the Rhinox, I was having slight inconvenience over here. That is sorted. The length is perfect. There's enough room for me to wear taller boots. Now I'll quickly put on the jacket and I'll show you how that looks. Now the jacket here, it's got the BMW branding. There's reflective. There's two pouches over here. There's a zipper here. There's again a zipper over here. And there's a waterproof pouch here. And now they also have a zip over here to connect it to the pants. Now, the good part is you have these elastic suspenders over there. So how this works is, you put your hand into the suspender and in you go the jacket. Same on the other side. Now this fits way more better. Now you've got a different material over here, mesh-like material here. There's a stretchable mesh. I can adjust my sleeve with this elastic sling over here. Velcro again to adjust the cuffs. This is the zip. This is how it looks. I can move freely. I sit more comfortably on the motorcycle. And you know what's the best part? This color, the khaki color, goes well with my motorcycle. So I'm happy about that. Now, the fun party trick is, imagine you've been riding for too long, you stop over to grab some water, food, whatever. Now, you don't want to leave the jacket unattended. All you need to do is get the sleeves off the jacket. It's a little bit of a struggle because I'm new to this. And that's it. This stays on you this way. So you get some air, cool off. There's mesh here. Your body is getting all the air it needs. And you chill. Now, apart from this, me and my friends, we're planning a bike ride, a long trip. First for me, and I needed to get some luggage obviously, right? Now for that, I picked up some panniers. Now why panniers and not a tail bag? I wanted a tail bag. But I wanted a tail bag, but that wasn't available in stock. And the ones that they had were a little too small. I didn't like them. I wanted to get a big one for good. These were on a good deal. So these are the BMW Aluminium Paniers. Now, the good part about these is they are accessible with the same key that I use on my bike. I don't need to carry extra keys. I also bought this handle. Now, how this works is there's no plate or anything. The OEM rack, this thing goes, slides in and locks onto it. The advantage of that is same key as the bike. The next thing is this is locked onto the bike and the box by itself, the lid is locked. So if I want to park my bike somewhere, go explore and all of that, I can go with a peace of mind knowing that nobody can take my stuff or fiddle with it. I'll quickly show you. I'll rack one of them. So this is a bigger one. This is a 38 liter. This is waterproof again, aluminum finish. This goes on to the non-exhaust side. This is the other one. This is 31 liters. This goes on to the side where the exhaust is, which is why we have a slight cutout. I'll wrap this up and I'll take you and mount the exhaust one onto my bike, lock it and show you how it works. But before that, I wanted to tell you, right, how much this has actually burnt a hole in my pocket. So, here is the bill. Looks like a small sweet piece of paper, but this hurts, but it's going to help in the longer run. So, I hope you guys can see this. The aluminum case each costed about this much each. This is for the jacket This is for the pants, this is for the handles, and this is for the lock cylinder fitting. So that's a huge amount to spend, but that's something I wanted to invest in one go and then just forget about it. The jacket is going to serve me for a good amount of years. Same with the pants, and this luggage is nowhere to go, rough and tough. It's built if I have a plan to do some a long tour, you know, maybe go to Zanskar, Spiti, any of that, these are good to go. So these are the BMW Aluminium Paniers. This one is for the exhaust side. These are accessible with my bike key itself. So I'll quickly mount this and show you guys how this works. And that's it. I just slide it in and lock it. There's no plate, the bike's not going to look ugly. This has gone. Now if I want to open this, just put this in, twist it, open this, and here you go. So this is the 31 liter box. On this other side I can go for the 38 liter, which I already showed you guys. This is completely locked onto this thing on the OEM rack. This is the one that I got with the bike. There's no plate behind this. I just put it in, slide, lock it, lock this off. So this is aluminum. I think it's made by Touratech, if you can see, and it's also tested by BMW. So here's the model numbers written, the codes for it, and at what speed and how much weight you can carry. So this one can take about 10 kgs load in this. So we just latch this, lock it, twist the key, and out. This cannot be opened, neither can this be taken off the bike. Safe and secure, gives me the peace of mind that I can leave this on the bike and actually go and explore.